screen.
UTA coming in 6-4 for the year, but they have not won on the road, where they are 0-3, and we are ready to get this one underway. Warren Washington controlled the tip, but Mekhi Williams stole it away from the Red Raiders. And the Mavericks will start on offense to get this one going. Here's Russell, long three on the way, off the back iron. And Warren Washington comes away with the ball for the Red Raiders. Grant McCaslin's team has had some of that illness that a lot of folks are dealing with running through the squad, but the big man Washington inside the Darian Williams, and the Red Raiders are on the board.
Yeah, you know, you're dealing with so many distractions this time of year. That's the tricky part. These games right before the holidays, a coach's nightmare sometimes.
Dejuan Gordon from outside that three-point line. The former Kansas State Wildcat puts UTA on top.
Who has played in this building multiple times. That's what Grant McCaslin says about this Maverick team. Very aggressive. Even when guys come off the bench, they are looking to score, looking to be aggressive.
Pop Isaacs thought about it, drives inside, lays it up and in good. Pop thought he was fouled, but he'll take the bucket, and the Red Raiders by one.
UTA testing Texas Tech's transition defense right there. That secondary break, they get the ball up the floor in a hurry.
These are the starting five for the Mavericks, as that shot from Russell short, but picked up underneath by Gordon. UTA back on top. Red Raiders today with familiar faces: Pop Isaacs, Toussaint, Kerwin Walton in there again on a hot streak. Williams and Warren Washington. There's Washington inside. Williams, great pass, and the 7-footer delivers.
Is shooting 62% from behind the arc. Does that qualify as hot? I would say so.
Red hot.
Yeah. Grant McCaslin got a Christmas present early there with the emergence of Kerwin Walton, at least he has to this point.
Kerwin Walton in the last 5 games, or last 3 games for the Red Raiders, has 51 points. Chance McMillan off the bench for Grant McCaslin. KT Turner in his first season with the Mavericks, a former athlete there at UTA, really does like the Metroplex area for recruiting, Chris.
Yeah, and I think he felt like this was the perfect fit for him. Spent some time there as a player, likes the proximity to players, and he's a lifer. I mean, I think, you know, we talked to each head coach about the other, and boy, there's a lot of respect between the two. These guys have scrapped and clawed for everything that they've gotten and where they're at right now. But yeah, KT Turner, what's he worked for, 4 or 5 Final Four coaches?
He really worked for some outstanding people. He and Grant McCaslin have known each other since both were in the junior college ranks.
Yeah, Midland and Redlands, junior colleges in Oklahoma.
Grant won a national championship with Midland. Darian Williams trying to save that ball, does inbound to Karoma of the Mavericks. He threw it away, and now here comes Toussaint. Darian Williams is behind. He's behind the seats, off the court, can't get back on as the Red Raiders score.
Yeah, Darian Williams ends up near us, and he's kind of can't get on the floor. A bit of a garage sale, as they say. Things went flying everywhere. Looks like a ski accident on the mountain, but he's up and back up the floor. But yeah, that was a 4-on-5 break there for Joe Toussaint.
Talking about KT Turner, his father, a longtime college basketball coach, says he learned the basketball game from him and Dana Altman when his dad was at Kansas State. Has also been at Kentucky, Oklahoma, Texas, SMU, Wichita State when that team made the Final Four. Pop Isaacs' long-range shot not there, and Wilson ran it down.
Yeah, still talks to, I think you mentioned this, still talks to Larry Brown multiple times a week.
Pop Isaacs just took that one away from Russell, and McMillan on the other end for the Red Raiders off the turnover, scoring again. They've doubled up UTA.
And that's one of the differences with Isaacs right there. He gets the steal, and then he gets the ball up the floor, facilitates with an assist right there to a teammate. Really good defense, and it leads to some easy offense.
Kai Williams got hung up inside, but Joe Toussaint almost took it away again in the corner. Williams' shot not there. Darion Williams the rebound, and the Red Raiders are on the offensive end very quickly. Toussaint going to try to drive inside. Left it for Robert Jennings, but Jennings may have stepped out of bounds. And we've got our first timeout. Red Raiders have doubled up UTA in the early going. There's Joe Toussaint on the move.
Doors lead us to new opportunities. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor
For you, Mama.
can help you open those doors by proactively reviewing your entire portfolio with an eye on taxes and risk. Doors were meant to be opened.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers all-wheel drive mode. What about Supernova mode or Weekend Warrior mode? You don't see that everyday mode. How about out of the office mode or even
Are you out of your mind?
mode? Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Just in time for the holidays, get 1.9% APR on 2024 Terrain models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
BK also backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Shroom and Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
Remember in school when you learn complicated math stuff like sine and cosine and you think, will I ever use this in real life? Well, the answer is no. But a kettlebell squat, well, that's the opposite of whatever cosine is.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe? I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
Happy holidays, everybody. John Harris here along with Chris Level. Chris, here in the first few minutes of this ball game, the Red Raiders are doing what Grant McCaslin likes, playing some defense and getting the ball up the court and scoring on the other end.
Yeah, fast start, 10-5 Texas Tech. You're in the midst of a 6-0 run. And, you know, one of the keys to this game for Texas Tech, and it is across the country, boy, you got to wait on Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Because these games are a distraction, trying to get your players back home for Christmas. There's just a lot of distractions with travel. And as KT Turner told us about his guys, he's like, sometimes they forget they're on a basketball team. You know, and it's like we got to focus, gentlemen. And then obviously for Texas Tech, I'll battle on the boards too. You got to win the on the glass. And for UTA, you got to get to the free throw line. Continue to be aggressive. They've settled a bit here early, and you've got to limit turnovers. You come into this game averaging about 16 a game. I think Grant McCaslin says about UTA, hey, sometimes their aggressiveness is downright scary to try to deal with, but other times it gets them in trouble at times too. So they've got to limit those to the Mavericks if they want to have a chance today.
And I know KT Turner on that UTA bench worried about Red Raider guards, Pop Isaacs and Joe Toussaint. They have each scored in the ball game, have 4 of the Red Raiders' 10 here in the early going. UTA basketball as we get back to play. The Red Raiders have Toussaint, Isaacs, Warren Washington, Lamar Washington, and Kerwin Walton on the floor. That's Walton defending Gordon, who came to the UTA program from New Mexico State, also played at Kansas State as mentioned, and right there Makai Williams, 3-ball from the corner.
Yeah, Makai Williams, it's his second attempt from the corner right there, knocks that one down. But yeah, he's looking to score from deep.
Washington's pass tipped away by Aaron Cash and stolen by the Mavs. Gordon may have stepped out of bounds in front of the Red Raider bench, and he did.
That's the reason for the 1 o'clock tip, though. I think is you try to give your team, a few extra hours to get out of town and get some family time. But again, business to tend to first, and there's a turnover right there. But yeah, you wanted a fast start. Right now, UTA hanging in there.
Chance McMillan's pass was taken away. UTA cannot convert, and Joe Toussaint will set up the Red Raider offense. Size advantage inside with the 7-footer Washington. Here's Chance McMillan, wide open three, and he hit it. Got the look he wanted.
And Warren Washington does a great job of understanding a double team's coming, finds the open man, passes out of it. Chance McMillan wide open, knocks it down.
His 20th three-pointer of the season. And the Red Raiders lead by 5. Cash trying to work the baseline, got all tied up by Kerwin Walton and is called for traveling. Red Raiders as a team.
And here's a look right there. You see the double team. Warren Washington, all 7 foot, jumps out of it, finds a open Chance McMillan.
Now Tech at 34% on the 3 balls this season. 1 of 2 in this ball game. There's Washington again. Kerwin Walton can knock it down long range, doesn't get it there. But Lamar Washington had the rebound and taken away from him trying to go up and shoot. Philip Russell, the guy that knocked it away. Wilson trying to get inside against Warren Washington. There's Russell's long range shot, not good. And a whistle and a foul inside on Cash.
We talked about that rebounding battle. Warren Washington can have his hands full, so will Darion Williams. Grant McCaslin's team, who's not in the game right now, but Wilson and Gordon nearly average 20 rebounds a game combined, which is, and you're talking about 6'5" and 6'9" right there. So you've got one of your kind of forwards right there as a big-time rebounder. Washington with a nice jumper from the elbow.
UTA averaging about 40 rebounds a ball game, 2 more than the Red Raiders. Keely Vining nearly threw it away. Gordon saved it. Here's Wilson trying to back down Warren Washington. Russell, who had those 28 against Air Force, off the mark there. Cash had his hand on the ball but couldn't get it over the back of Kerwin Walton, and the basketball belongs to the Red Raiders.
Kerwin Walton with the block out. Low man wins. Mr. Harris.
That won't show up in the stats, but he got the Red Raiders a possession.
He says, keep the change, you filthy animal. Christmas movies on all the time right there. We got basketball going. Kerwin Walton's blocking out. It's a good little day sports, man.
What you're saying is Aaron Cash wasn't sticky like the Sticky Bandits. Couldn't hang on to that ball.
Yeah, the Wet Bandits, Sticky Bandits, something like that. That's right.
Washington hit close, and it doesn't go. Russell in the corner got Darion Williams in the air and stepped around him and knocked down the shot.
Yeah, Russell had those 4 threes versus the Air Force Falcons on Saturday, and again, was not necessarily expecting to play this season, but Coach Turner said, to credit to him, he kept himself ready. He's still not in game shape, but hard to replicate that, but he stayed ready. And
missed their first 9 games. 5 on the shot clock. Toussaint straight on 3, not there. Pulled down by Gordon, but a court ruling has turned into a godsend for a number of multiple time transfers. They are immediately eligible here in the what will be moving on into the spring. Pop Isaacs got the breakaway, and the Red Raiders lead by 7. But this a guy in Philip Russell, who
was thought to be, just a guy that they were going to wait on until next year. Recruited him under that set of circumstances, and then you've got one of your best players on the team, a guy that changes the dynamic of your team immediately. Pop Isaacs, again, steals, assists, just doing all kinds of things, really growing up and maturing as a basketball player. Big time alley-oop right there to Chance McMillan in the neon green Grinch colored shoes, maybe? We're going to go with that?
Gotta be the shoes.
Okay.
Way up there. Vining's three rattles around and drops in. But Russell, who led the Ohio Valley Conference in points and assists as a freshman and has scored more than 1,000 points, is the guy eligible for UTA, and he made a huge difference in his first game. Clearly, WAC newcomer of the week with those 28 points. There's Warren Washington inside. Another great look by a Red Raider teammate.
Yeah, that's a mismatch. Underneath, Darion Williams with the assist finds Warren Washington. Russell trying to guard him. Bit of a height advantage for Warren Washington right there, trying to go up and get that one.
Pop Isaacs, though, inside where Sherman Wilson able to turn and score. Shemar, rather, 6'9" over the Red Raider guard.
Yeah, Grant McCaskey is going to call timeout. I think you feel good about things, but 5 turnovers for Texas Tech early. Look at that alley-oop right there. Big Warren Washington hanging from the rim. 21-15, Texas Tech. 9:23 left in the first.
Hey Lubbock, the Flextra Credits plan from Reliant is coming to town with free electricity days.
Free electricity in Lubbock?
Yep, your 2 highest use days are automatically free every week.
Free electricity days?
Yes, up to 8 free days a month.
Free days? That's a game changer.
Plus, you get 3 $25 credits to apply to your bill.
I can use that.
The Flextra Credits electricity plan is coming to Lubbock. Reliant, that's power your way.
The Texas Tech Alumni Association stands stronger than ever before because of the thousands of alumni who are committed to our great university. We began with our first graduating class in 1927, and nearly a century later, we continue to serve Texas Tech through programs, services, and scholarships for all of our loud and proud Red Raiders. We appreciate our loyal alumni for making a difference. If you're not a member, consider being a part of our story into the next century. Belong today. You're one of us.
How far can you see from Texas Tech? Some believe thousands of miles. We believe we can see farther. From here, anything is possible. As Red Raiders, we always keep our eyes on the horizon. We look to change the future, as many before us have over the past 100 years. And we believe our best is still yet to come.
Just over 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Texas Tech, UT Arlington. Chris, here's the guy we're talking about, Philip Russell. Hard to believe, as talented as he is, began his career as a walk-on at St. Louis, then on to Southeast Missouri, now with UTA, and that all that work in the courtroom for a lot of NCAA athletes, and he is one of those who has benefited.
Yeah, and Coach Turner says, you know, they're trying to tell me this is a possibility a couple of weeks ago. I've not heard anything about it, don't really believe it, and then lo and behold, he's eligible, plays immediately, and went for 28. And I think that's the thing. I mean, almost fouls out of that game versus Air Force. Had the 4 personal fouls, but the 4 of 9 from deep, got to the free throw line, knocked down 6 of 7 there. But yeah, very impressive, and a big reason why these Mavericks beat those Air Force Falcons.
Yeah, we're no legal experts, but a 14-day temporary restraining order was turned into a preliminary injunction, and that is through the end of the 2024 Spring Championship season, allowing immediate eligibility to all multiple-time transfers. Joe Toussaint has transferred a time or two, and the Red Raiders are glad he's wearing the red and black.
And a step back three from the perimeter.
Red Raiders now by 9, taken away from UTA.
That's what Coach Turner, we think our team is tough. Our kids are aggressive, but sometimes that aggressiveness, right there, just an unforced error. You just feed the ball to the post right there, but Robert Jennings is the one catching it. He's got the wrong color jersey on at the other end of the floor, and so you live with some of those turnovers at times because of the aggressiveness, but trying to clean up some of those unforced ones.
2 team fouls on the Mavericks. Red Raiders have not committed a foul yet. Pop Isaacs off the bench after that foul. Left it, tried to leave it for Jennings and had it taken away by Cash. Red Raider turnover. There's the young guy, Cade Douglas. True freshman in the corner in front of that Red Raider bench. Instant offense.
52 out of his 56 attempts, I believe, this year. I think that's right, are three-point attempts.
Yeah, I think you know what he's going to do when he's in the ballgame. Kerwin Walton can do it too, but can't answer. And Wilson able to battle Jennings for the loose basketball. And Douglas played high school basketball for his father at Lancaster. Outstanding shooter. Quick trigger, missed that time. Here come the Red Raiders. Kerwin Walton's up ahead, but stepped out of bounds on that long pass from Pop Isaacs. Timeout, though, as we are under 8 minutes here in Lubbock. Red Raiders leading by 6, 24-18 over UTA.
Doors can lead us toward what's important. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a retirement income plan designed to balance growth and guaranteed income. Because doors were meant to be opened.
At Target, score last-minute deals on Can't Miss Beauty, top kitchen gifts, clothing they'll love, and toys up to 50% off. Don't miss these last-minute deals. And Sunday.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers all-wheel drive mode. What about Supernova mode or Weekend Warrior mode? You don't see that everyday mode. How about out of the office mode? Or even...
Are you out of your mind?
Mode. Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Just in time for the holidays, get 1.9% APR on 2024 Terrain models.
Visit your Central Ohio GMC dealer.
Wow, thanks, Justin Jefferson.
You know, we love eating Little Caesars and watching the Vikings play.
And one day, I'm gonna be just like you.
How about right now? Yes. How about another slice, Sport?
Thanks, Dad. So tasty. Gee whiz, Justin Jefferson's having a great day.
Just like this father and son.
JJ's gotta have his Little Caesars. Try stuffed crazy crust for only $9.49.
Pizza, pizza.
If you've been hurt by a truck, you can call Colombo Law 24/7 and we'll be there to make sure you're taken care of. When someone is hurt by a truck, Colombo Law is the law firm people call to get answers. Hurt by a truck? Call Colombo Law.
Here's where legends are born. And every match is a spectacle. Celebration like no other. For the love of football, for the love of La Liga.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe? I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
Back here in Lubbock, Texas Tech and UTA. Chris, from the transfer portal, Grant McCaslin brought in more than 400 games of experience.
Yeah, and you almost just have to. In the Big 12 Conference, everybody is trying to get old and stay old, and you need experience. So when you have guys move on, you want to try to replace it with experience. And obviously, Chance McMillan, Darion Williams, Joe Toussaint, Warren Washington, Devin Cambridge, who is out for the rest of the year. But where would you be without that group? I mean, you know, this is the bulk of your starters and your rotation came from the portal, and you did really well there. Several of these guys, seniors. Devin Cambridge can obviously come back, use a medical redshirt, but you know, Joe Toussaint, Warren Washington, you will probably try to, you would think, replace those guys when they graduate with more experience and portal additions. But that's the way of the world in college athletics these days, John.
Yeah, you touched on it. No Devin Cambridge for the remainder of the season. A knee injury suffered in that game against Omaha. UTA today playing without one of their starters. Brandon Talbot is out. Had started every game this season. Vining on the drive inside. Wilson got the rebound, kicked it out. Here's Cade Douglas, the young guy. Corner, though, Vining again, and he got it. Another three for UTA. It's their 5th of the game.
And that's why this game is close. You're dominating if you're Texas Tech in the paint. It's 16-4 in that stat category, but 5 threes to just 2 for Texas Tech. Big reason why this is just a 3-point game.
Red Raiders 2 of 6. UTA 5 of 12 on the long ball. Bob Isaacs had that ball knocked away by Cash, a former Texas A&M Aggie. Russell came to these guys from Southeast Missouri. Dejuan Gordon at Kansas State, Missouri, and New Mexico State.
It is fascinating when you look at rosters, how many different places guys have played, you know, previously. You're like, I think I recognize, you know, I mean, like the Dejuan Gordon, for a prime example, has played in this building for Kansas State previously.
Had faced the Red Raiders 3 times before today, had 15 points in those 3 games. As 5 today, Washington's long arm swatted that pass away. Lamar Washington had it knocked away as well. Cade Douglas, young freshman, stolen away.
Pace is
a bit frantic.
It is frantic. And
guys are playing like they're late to the airport.
A little sloppy at times with the turnover, but Lamar Washington says, okay, yeah, I turned it over, but I'm going to go get it back.
Toussaint's shot blocked by Shemar Wilson. And Douglas has an unlimited range, and that rattled out.
You give him too many open looks, he will pay for it. He can really rattle them off. I think that's what Texas Tech is trying to do, not settle, trying to really drive the Mavericks and you know, get into the paint, put pressure on the rim, things like that. Right now the Mavericks, though, shooting it so well from deep with some good looks. Lucky that last one from Douglas rattles in and out if you're Texas Tech.
Three team fouls now on UTA, none by the Red Raiders. Walton, who's just been absolutely on fire coming into this ball game, and from the three-point range, Darion Williams kind of sneaky out there, Chris, but knocked it down. Pulls down the rebound. He's had 3 double-doubles already this season. 6'6", 210-pounder who came to the Red Raiders from Nevada. Had the ball knocked out of his hands, and he kicked it out of bounds. UTA down by 6, has the ball. KT Turner all the way across the midcourt line, talking to his team.
Fired up after that steal right there by his team.
Russell's 3 on the way, not good. Hit one early, but it was Darion Williams pulling it down. Bob Isaacs off the front of the rim. Inside Caroma, began his career playing for Rick Pitino at Iona. Scores. It's a 4-point game.
Yeah, transition defense. UTA really getting the ball up the floor in a hurry, and a lot of those looks they're getting have been 3-point looks, but that one into the paint, easy bucket, cuts it to 4.
Playing like that shot clock is set at about 15 seconds.
Trying to. That gets you in trouble at times, but
Toussaint not there. Bit long. Jennings the rebound, but his outlet pass slapped away by Cash, and he controls it until he does not control it. Timeout here in Lubbock. 3:55 remaining in the first half. Red Raider lead down to 4.
Doors can take us to new adventures and long-term goals. You're dedicated.
27-23 Red Raiders, but already 10 turnovers by Grant McCaslin's team. And Chris, that is helping the UTA effort.
yeah, I mean, this is what you're afraid of, though. It kind of points to focus or lack thereof. But yeah, you've had 7 different players committed turnover in this game, and 6 for UTA. But 20 combined turnovers with, from 13 different players. But that's what goes back to, distractions, and you just wonder about, because the pace has been up and down, but it's just been a bit sloppy, not as controlled. Referees letting them play. Right now, UTA hanging in there, but yeah, you're going to clean it up and play a little more disciplined if you're either team, really. But if that's exactly what Coach McCaslin, I'm guessing, is going to tell his guys at the halftime break.
9 of 23 for UTA off Red Raider turnovers. Tech committed 12 in that win over Vanderbilt last time out. Here's Chance McMillan. 3 not there, but a whistle and a foul underneath.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. I think Cade Douglas in there trying to rebound.
Although Philip Russell
with the call
got whistled for that. 4 team fouls now on UTA, none on the Red Raiders.
UTA with a smaller lineup out there, trying to match up.
Russell again right there trying to impede the progress of Joe Toussaint, and Russell may head to the bench now after 2 quick fouls.
That's big right there for the Mavericks. And again, nearly fouled out of that game versus Air Force on Saturday. You know, finished the game with 4 personals.
He's got 1 bucket in the ball game. A couple of points, but 0 for 4 long range. Toussaint over the long arms of Cash, and he banks it in.
That right there reminds you of former Red Raider Keenan Evans, the way he plays the pick and roll right there. This Joe Toussaint just feels the leverage and uses the defender against him and finishes with the ball way out away from his body.
Cade Douglas with the miss. Demarion Williams had the ball in his hands and got it stripped away by Gordon. Gordon whistled for the foul. Here's that nice play again.
Well, he gets the defender on his back and then just speeds up, playing at different speeds, and just finishes way out from his body right there. It's just a big-time finish right there. In pick and roll, it's the simplest thing in basketball, and it's impossible at times to defend if you've got somebody that knows what they're doing with the ball in their hands.
Comparisons to Keenan Evans.
Man, that's high praise.
Yes, it
but
is.
That's how he played that pick and roll in this program about 4 or 5 seasons ago. The Elite 8 year for the Red Raiders.
Red Raiders worked that around to Kerwin Walton, who thought about a 3, drove inside and can't finish. There's Vining, now Gordon. Up and under, not there. Warren Washington quickly to Kerwin. Will slow things down.
Yeah. Kerwin Walton finding out what life is like when there's a 62% next to your name on a scouting report. He's not getting any clean looks at all. Did a good job previously putting the ball on the floor and trying to create.
Chance McMillan's 3 a little bit short. Walton ran it down. That's the hustle play that Grant McCaslin will like. Gives the Red Raiders another 20 on that shot clock, and Joe Toussaint from way out there. 3-pointer. Red Raiders now by 9.
The second gives him 10 for the game.
First into double figures. Toussaint has been in double figures in all but 1 game this season for the Red Raiders. Oh, and he gets called for the block. Got called for the block defending Makai Williams. Here it is. Chris?
Yeah. Moving a bit, maybe.
Well,
yeah.
Joe was signaling charge.
Yes, he was.
But did not get it.
Coach McCaslin asking for an explanation there, trying to figure out, and those block charges, that's been an emphasis and kind of changed and tweaked. That one was way out top of the key.
Williams off the mark. Here's Toussaint again. Darian Williams got it. Back-to-back threes for the Red Raiders.
Toussaint, Darian Williams. Builds your lead to 12.
Fabio Basili in the ball game for UTA. Floater not there. Wilson the rebound, and Warren Washington can't prevent him from going back up and scoring. Red Raider lead is 10 with less than a minute to go here in the first half. Ten to shoot. Darian Williams going to try to get inside. His pass deflected, but Warren Washington has it and rams it home for the Red Raiders. KT Turner wants a timeout with 29 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the Red Raiders back by 12. Toussaint's the Red Raiders' leading scorer with 10, but Chance McMillan's 7 have been huge for the Red Raiders. Inside and out for Grant McCaslin, and that big dunk on the alley-oop. McMillan, a junior transfer to the Red Raiders from Grand Canyon, hit 8 threes in that ball game against Butler earlier this season. One off the Red Raiders' all-time record for a ball game. Had 24 points. And is helping the Red Raiders here in this first half against UTA. Red Raiders' final game for a week, as they'll have some time off for Christmas. UTA back in action on Saturday afternoon, playing North Texas. Quick turnaround for KT Turner's team. Neither team in this first half has been to the free throw line. And Grant McCaslin talking to his Red Raider team to not put somebody on the line here late in this first half. Pop Isaac's going to make Philip Russell pick up the basketball. And his pass dividing right through his hands and out of bounds. 11 turnovers for UTA here in this first half. Russell will sit down. Makai Williams back on for the final 24 seconds. And Joe Toussaint is in no hurry. It's Williams defending a freshman. Pop Isaacs thought about it. On the drive, lays it up, and got it. Pop Isaacs for the Red Raiders has 6. And the Red Raiders will go to the locker room with a 14-point lead here at halftime. 39-25 over UTA. Chris Level has the Red Raiders' Grant McCaslin.
Going the other way, buries the three. Big time shot by Pop Isaacs.
Pop has 9 now. Gordon shot off the mark. Toussaint had the ball slapped away. A Red Raider turnover. The Mavericks going to get to the other end. And Warren Washington will not let Russell score. Here's Pop. Thought about passing to Kerwin Walton, who gets fouled inside by Karoma.
And you get a lot going on there in that first 40 seconds.
It has not slowed down at all.
Yeah, Pop Isaacs was trying to give it and then get it back for another 3-point shot. Kerwin Walton just couldn't corral it. How about that block by Warren Washington? Two-handed block on the other end of the floor.
Pop hit a 3 a moment ago, misses there, but the hustle by Darion Williams got it back. Pop's got 9 points in the ball game. Toussaint 10 on that shot. Off the mark, tipped out of bounds by the Red Raiders.
You get a clean look, though. That's what UTA's continue to do, is double the post. Darion Williams, Warren Washington, when they get the ball in the paint, the second defender is coming, and those 3-point looks are open. If you can find the open man, just could knock it down there.
Warren Washington 6 in that first half to go with 5 rebounds. Kai Williams could not get inside against Kerwin Walton. Now into the corner. Shemar Wilson just put his shoulder right into Warren Washington to push him out of the way, but could not finish. Pop. 1 for 3 on the long ball here in the second half. Raiders, though, lead by 17. Russell, short. And Toussaint whistled for the foul, trying to rip that ball away from Dwayne Karoma.
You're up 17 if you're Texas Tech. And Now this is where you learn a lot about your team, how mature you are. You know, Coach McCaslin talked to us about that, you know, leading into this game. With so many distractions, it's all about urgency and practices leading up to it. You've done all the work to get a 17-point lead. Now, what can you do? Can you maintain? Do you give it back? You got to clean it up from the turnover category.
Vining give and go. Wilson laid it up and got it. Chance McMillan and Robert Jennings off the Red Raider bench. Toussaint saw an opening 6 to shoot. Pop Isaacs in close. Floater doesn't go. And UTA with the rebound.
Just can't get it to finish. Well, and if you think, you know, it's obviously holiday season. Drive right there by Philip Russell. Gets it to the lane. You know, holiday season, sitting on Santa's lap. Boy, if you're Texas Tech, the one thing you would ask Santa Claus for is continue to be undefeated at home. You know, you remember that season here 2 seasons ago, 18-0 home schedule. I mean, it puts you in such a great spot to contend for a conference championship. Chance McMillan buries the 3 from the wing right there, but you know, these games around the holidays a bit tricky. Not a lot of students here, but this building has become a weapon if you can use it and play to it a bit. So far for Grant McCaslin in year 1, this team has done that. Trying to continue that here today.
Well, you mentioned that 18-0 season, the Red Raiders a year ago, and there's Robert Jennings slamming it home and to go to the free throw line. But the Red Raiders averaged more than 13,000 fans for games here a year ago.
And it wears on teams, you know, and sometimes, you know, San Jose State in this building earlier this season, they hung in there for about 35, 36 minutes. Watch this pass right here by Darion Williams, bounce pass across the court. Robert Jennings is like, look what I found. No lump of coal in my stocking.
Red Raiders this year a bit below those numbers, but still more than 11,000 a game.
Yeah, and you know, obviously the conference play around the corner. You get games versus Oklahoma State and Kansas State here to open up the conference schedule.
And you're going to get to play Texas A&M here next year.
That's right. Yeah, it was announced this week. I mean, the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun weekend for some Texas Tech athletics. Next holiday season to get the holidays going late in November.
Joe Toussaint called for that foul against Russell, who will make the first trip to the free throw line for the Mavericks.
And if you had Robert Jennings on your bingo card for first attempted free throw in this game, you would have won a second ago.
And if you said it would occur in the second half.
That's right. You get double the points right there. You knew Philip Russell would try to get going offensively.
He was 6 of 7 at the free throw line in his debut against Air Force. Got them both here. Guy scored more than 20 points 11 times last year at Southeast Missouri State and had a couple of games where he scored 37. So he can line it up. Pop Isaacs can too. Pop wanted to foul but didn't get it.
It's a big time drive. Quick first step. Got right to the basket. Finished off the glass, did Pop Isaacs.
Pop has 11 now in double figures. And Pop is going to argue that call. Here's that drive a moment ago. Red Raiders by 19 with 15:48 to play.
Matador Club is a nonprofit organization, kind of headed by, donors in Lubbock. We're trying to pull as many people as possible to donate and really help support student athletes.
The Matador Club has offered me so many opportunities, meeting new people, giving back.
60,000 plus fans that come and support you, at the Jones AT&T Stadium each and every week. How do you not want to go out and just do your part in making sure that Lubbock is a safer, a better place in the best way that you can possibly help out?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything that you do.
How far can you see from Texas Tech? Some believe thousands of miles. We believe we can see farther. From here, anything is possible. As Red Raiders, we always keep our eyes on the horizon. We look to change the future, as many before us have over the past 100 years. And we believe our best is still yet to come.
Old Trapper Beefs, camping catastrophes.
So the kids want to go camping again.
Well. Yeah, let's go camping.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Big 12 now on ESPN Plus is a must-have for Big 12 fans. College basketball season is in full go with over 275 exclusive games, including more than 25 men's and women's conference games, as well as the early rounds of both conference tournaments. If you're a Big 12 fan, you got to have it. Sign up today at espnplus.com/Big12 now. Chris, I think that kid would like big ESPN Plus for Christmas.
I think the young people would say that kid had some drip. Lots of the headband, had some jewelry rolling. Yeah.
All right. Philip Russell was here a moment ago, back at the line. And misses. Has 6 points now. 2 of 10 from the field. He's 0 of 5 on three-pointers. Had 4 against Air Force in his debut. He was fouled by Isaacs on a three-point attempt. Got 2 out of 3. Lamar Washington, Chance McMillan in for the Red Raiders, along with Pop Isaacs, Kerwin Walton, and Warren Washington, and Chris Pressure in the backcourt by the Mavericks.
And Chance McMillan splits the double team, break the press, get into your set right here.
McMillan's got a look, and he got it. Long range for Chance McMillan. He's the Red Raiders' top scorer with 13.
Yeah, and he's, a career 40% three-point shooter coming into the season. He's maintained that percentage. Had 8 in a game versus Butler this year from deep. He is shooting it well today, and boy, this is a heat check right there. And that's where your coach says no, and if it goes in, they give you a high five. If not, they say, hey man, let's not do that.
Red Raiders have a 20-point lead. Shot that one in a hurry. And Lamar Washington was called for a foul, fighting for the rebound. Here's Russell trying to get around Pop Isaacs into the corner to Vining, and he's got a 3. Vining's got 9 points now.
That right corner for the Mavericks has been really good to him today. A couple of makes in the first half. Vining with that one.
Everything from Vining, a 3-point shot. Pop gets around the big man, laid it up, not there, and Wilson pulled it down. Russell way off balance. Somebody whistled for a foul. Walton?
Well, the whistle's a bit late, and it's an awkward shot attempt. Yeah, let's see here. Philip Russell comes off. Yeah, it's going to have to be. That's a tricky one. The crowd obviously doesn't like it. And I think the timing of the whistle would be your issue there, but it may have gotten him on the wrist, but it's on the way up. But I think that the initial delay is what maybe causes the reaction from the crowd.
Darren George, Chance Moore, and Christopher Merlot are the officials today.
Yeah, really good crew. Darren George, Chance Moore have been in this building many, many times. Both do a really good job.
Russell now 6 of 7 at the free throw line and 10 points.
And he's got 8 of those here in the second half. You knew he would really try to get himself going, get his team back into the game. Cut it. Lead's been down to 15. Only outscored the Mavericks if you're Texas Tech by 1 point here in the second half.
Washington trying to fight his way inside. Off-balance shot. Red Raiders wanted goaltending. Somebody's hand was in that net, but no call. Vining another 3. Got it.
Yeah, timeout for Texas Tech. And again, second chance opportunity right there. But Vining knocks it down from 3. Mavericks are still in this one, John.
Vining's got 12 all on 3-pointers. 53-41. Red Raiders. UTA has narrowed a Red Raider lead down to 12 points. They're on an 8-0 run. And Chris, just like the Red Raiders, UTA has brought in a lot of experience as well.
Yeah, Coach Turner, obviously year one of the program in his tenure, and he wanted to build an older roster. And it's led to, I think them playing a really tough non-conference schedule. They're hanging in there today, and a lot of that due to the experience because they're not intimidated on the road at all.
Yeah, Philip Russell is one of those, had 2 points at halftime. He's got 8 here in the second half. And UTA has outscored the Red Raiders in this second half. Big change from a year ago for the Mavs with first-year coach KT Turner.
A couple of thousand points worth of change,
yeah,
I would say. Philip Russell, one of the most experienced guys for these Mavericks. And again, with those 8 second half points, he is just 2 of 12 from the field and 0 of 7 from behind the arc, but he's manufactured offense by getting to the free throw line. 6 of 7, just being aggressive in this full court pressure UTA has continued to employ. Trying to steal some extra possessions or slow Texas Tech down in transition. Just going some full court man here.
Kay Douglas just hanging on to Pop Isaacs, but the Red Raiders do get the ball inbounded. Now they'll back away. Red Raiders are going to be off for a week before they play again after today's game. Pop Isaacs had the right idea, but pass taken away. Another Red Raider turnover. That's their 12th. That's just above their season average. Cade Douglas, absolutely quick trigger, and he got it from way out front.
Well, that's just, I mean, you semi have a hand up, but he's on the logo of the arena floor when he pulls the trigger from there, and that's just deep range.
Isaacs got around Karoma, shot blocked inside by Wilson. Mavericks are going to run. There's Philip Russell up and under, not there. Darion Williams gets his 7th rebound, and he threw it over the head of Toussaint, who's going to try and save it, but he's out of bounds.
Yep, you're trying to throw the deep ball right there, the post pattern, and just put a little too much on it. But
we're throwing that pass.
Yeah, you had a 20-point lead in this game with 15:27 left, and all of a sudden this is an 11-0 run is really, it's made this game quite interesting.
Single digits now. Oh, Douglas will shoot it there. He's wide open. Off the mark. Saved back into Russell. Cash floater off the glass, and it went in.
13-0 run now. And again, the aggressiveness of UTA is what makes you nervous, because sometimes, again, it works against them. Right now, it's all paying off. They've applied the full court pressure there back into this game. It's a 7-point lead for Texas Tech.
Red Raiders have not scored in more than 3 minutes. Here's Toussaint. He got it. Got inside to score.
And
Cade Douglas hit the floor hard. Looked a little shaken. One of his teammates picked him up so he could run down to the other end.
Bizarre there. He was going to still be laying there if his teammate doesn't pick him up. I'm not sure.
Looked like it. Russell's shot not good. Fight underneath. Darion Williams had it. And Douglas is the guy that knocked it out of his hands, out of bounds, but the ball belongs to the Red Raiders, who have a 9-point lead, but a 13-2 run by UTA. 55-46 Red Raiders. UTA had 5 threes in the first half. They've gotten more here in the second half, Chris, and it's timely three-point shooting that's helping them stay in and now get back in this ball game.
And Achille Vining came into this game with just 9 made threes on the season. He's got 4 today to add to that total. He has been, a problem for Texas Tech. And Vining and Cade Douglas, they've got 6 of the 8 made threes for UTA, and that's a big reason why this game is, a 13-2 run. UTA really hot from deep.
8 of 25 to 8 of 20 by the Red Raiders, who have hit at least 9 threes in 5 of their 10 games this season.
Yeah, and you look at the free throw attempts. I mean, how many games have you played at home over the years where you attempted 1 free throw in the first 30 minutes?
Yeah, that was Robert Jennings.
Yeah, and so that's got to be a part of is to get downhill and use the home court advantage against, or in your favor. There's been times when you certainly, make more than the other team attempts, but you're not even anywhere close to that right now.
Chance McMillan's 3 off the back iron, not there. Taken away by Vining. Here's Douglas. Russell. Kerwin Walton has not scored in this game. Defending Russell here on the drive, got him in the air, threw it away. Here's Joe Toussaint for the Red Raiders. Douglas just hammered him going in. Absolutely hammered the Red Raider guard.
John, they may look at this. There's a technical foul on somebody. But they may look at this. Texas Tech's bench wanted a intentional, because I'm not sure if there's a play on the ball that they just tee up Joe Toussaint. Oh no, technical foul on
13. That's Cade Douglas.
Well, that's who the personal was on.
Well,
is that where they?
Well, the signal clearly given for a personal foul on Cade Douglas, the freshman from Lancaster. Is the technical foul on Toussaint?
I think that's right. Yeah, personal foul on Cade Douglas. And Joe Toussaint did not care for that.
Toussaint so far 12 points in the ball game. That's the first half. Toussaint left alone. He can knock down a three. Came into the ball game with 14 on the year.
And there he is off the pick and roll. He's playing inside out, but I don't think he liked the aggressiveness of the. He's up in the air, and you've already had a teammate, lost for the year, and Devin Cambridge. Yeah, that's Cade Douglas comes over there, and again, that view right there, it appears that he's trying to make a play on the ball. It's not above the shoulders or anything, but when we watched it live, you could tell it was a bit. Again, Cade Douglas in his defense, he's trying not to allow an and one opportunity, but I don't think they're going to find too much more there, but we'll see.
6 team fouls on the Red Raiders here in the second half, 3 on UTA.
Okay, maybe we get.
The officials have made their decision.
They're going to review those. Anytime a player gets up in the air, there's just it's above the shoulders.
Yeah, clearly Toussaint was not happy with that play.
Yeah, he immediately.
That is a senior transfer with 142 games of experience and a freshman who's playing his 10th career game. We'll get the explanation now. All right, Chris has gotten the explanation.
Yeah, so they're gonna call a flagrant one on Cade Douglas. They deemed there was some extra there, and you obviously have a.
Well, it appeared Toussaint a breakaway layup, and Douglas just hit him from behind. The flagrant one, excessive and or unnecessary, and they deemed this not a legitimate play on the ball, and it clearly was from behind. So Toussaint, who is one of the top free throw shooters in all of the Big 12, in fact second in the league,
and when
will
John,
be there.
Our view of it, we're seeing the backs of these players. I mean, Toussaint's back to us. Cade Douglas comes in front of the free throws knocked in, so we can't really see. We didn't see it live whenever. The play is made either on or not on the ball. And I think they deemed it after several reviews that it wasn't a legitimate play on the ball. And I think the word there, excessive, because you could tell Cade Douglas came in there with a little extra on that one. But again, it's a bang-bang call, and he's trying to prevent an and one, and Joe Toussaint doesn't like the extra because he's up in the air, and I get it.
Philip Russell for UTA will shoot at the other end. Now 7 of 8 at the free throw line. All of that in the second half. 8 of 9.
So essentially just trade some free throws here.
In fact, all of UTA's free throws shooting has been by Philip Russell.
Yeah,
8 of 9.
And ultimately, Texas Tech loses on that because Joe Toussaint picks up his 3rd personal foul, John.
Yeah. Toussaint not going to let Douglas take a shot. Hops almost knocked it out of the hands of Russell. He did, but Russell got it back. Shemar Wilson, left-handed hook, and he got it. Kind of roll a right-hander, though, rolled around a bit and goes in. UTA hanging around at 7-point deficit.
And if you're Coach Turner, you're just trying to keep your team within striking distance. They are well within that right now. 10 to go in this game, a little over 10 minutes, and down 7. They're right where they want to be, playing scrappy.
Marion Williams looked away. Russell took the ball away from him. And here's Douglas, and now Philip Russell may have tripped DeMarion Williams, who was trying to get up. KT Turner did not like a call, and there's an argument on the floor with Russell and one of the officials.
KT Turner has also been assessed a technical foul. KT Turner, Darren George did not like Coach Turner being across half court. Automatically, doesn't like where he's at, way out of the coach's box.
And there was, you could start to see DeMarion trying to get up after that play, and it looked like Russell may have grabbed onto him, but we've seen Turner across midcourt in the ball game earlier. But that time, under that circumstance, and the officials will go back to the replay board.
Yeah, it may end up being offsetting technicals on the 2 players. However, you're not taking away the technical on KT Turner, who was across half court, did not like what was going on the floor.
The pace of this game has slowed down after a first half in which neither team went to the free throw line.
Yeah, it's
now it has slowed considerably.
Gotten spicy.
Yes, it has.
Some extra gravy on that turkey dressing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, guys end up on the floor, but
coaches end up across the midcourt line. Here it is again. Marion Williams just had it taken away by Russell, then in the scuffle to try and get the ball back. See, he gets up right there, and it looks like Russell tripped him. Turner there is not happy. He's across midcourt. He's standing next to Grant McCaslin at the end of that play.
And you'll see Darion Williams when he stands up. He kind of there's a a slight. You may see it right here when he stands up. Yeah, he just the one hand down. I don't know if there's a whole lot there, but I think maybe the Maverick on the floor did not care for the extra.
Well,
and
neither did Joe Toussaint.
That's right. It may be they may deem this offsetting, but again, if it is, the Red Raiders are still shooting free throws here because of the technical foul on KT Turner.
Turner looking down that direction as Darren George reviews the play. This UTA team has already played a couple of games in their conference in the WAC. They beat Abilene Christian but lost to the favorite Grand Canyon.
We will try to keep up whenever we get an explanation on this one because they may have a lot to tell us. It's just
this the 7th all-time meeting between these two teams. The Red Raiders have won them all. That first game back in 1968 went to overtime.
Yeah, and these teams haven't played against each other since 2010.
Yeah, that's the last time out. Yeah.
Okay, officials have quit. They are done reviewing. There's the consultation right there. And
well,
we get here.
Continues on.
But UTA has outscored Texas Tech 25-18 here in the second half. You were up 20 if you're Texas Tech with 15-27 left in the half, and now the crowd getting a bit antsy. So let's see what kind of explanation we get. Looks like maybe somebody is about to head our way.
They want to get it right for sure. And Chris will get another explanation. This may take a while, longer than his Christmas list. So at least a flagrant foul called on Philip Russell. And we'll find out the rest of that.
It's going to be white ball.
Texas Tech is going to wind up with basketball eventually. Chris, the rest of the details.
They're going to call a flagrant foul on, I believe he told me, UTA number 1, which would be Philip Russell. And then you're also going to get free throws because of the technical foul on KT Turner. So, and you're going to get the ball. So if it plays out the way it was just described to me, I believe you're getting 4 free throw attempts and possession of the basketball. So KT Turner probably not going to be pleased with that turnout if that's the way this plays out.
Darion Williams will go to the free throw line for the Red Raiders. He's 17 of 20 on the year, and he is the guy that Philip Russell grabbed onto after UTA had gotten the basketball and he was trying to get back down the floor.
And again, Philip Russell he plays with an edge to him. Had those 4 personal fouls against Air Force, but he also, I think, was involved in not altercation, but there was a technical foul in a play that he was involved with that game, versus the Falcons. The free throws continue to get made here by Texas Tech. They cut into that, or add to that lead, I should say. Tucson misses one there, and then Red Raider basketball here. So, well, that marked that down on kind of a 7-point lead, but you end up with 3 made free throws and the basketball with 9:53 left after bodies hit the floor, right?
After all of that, Red Raiders, if they score here, could turn this into a 5 or 6 point play. Here's Pop Isaacs, long 3 on the way from Pop, not there. Toussaint kind of saves the basketball. 20 more seconds. Pop inside, laid it up and in, good. Pop Isaacs has 13.
Got a great alley right there. And
Toussaint leading the Red Raiders with 15. Pop Isaacs and Chance McMillan have 13. Darion Williams has 10. It's a 12-point advantage for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, and this game will be called a bit tighter down the stretch with as chippy as it's gotten. Officials don't want to let that get out of hand. Done a good job so far.
Hey, Douglas with a rare shot inside the arc. The running bank shot, and it goes in.
Yeah, fades away with the finish off the glass.
Here's McMillan defended by the 6'9" Wilson out front. Red Raiders have 9 to shoot. Toussaint, Chance McMillan's open now. In the lane. Jumper. Little strong on that. Vining got it. Here's Russell. Oh, he went right around Pop Isaacs. Kicked it to Douglas in the corner. That's what he does. 3 is in and out. Back to that up and down pace. Pop Isaacs 3 on the way. Off the mark. Darion Williams, the rebound. Left-hander not there. Warren Washington can't score in close either, but he got the ball back.
When you live to tell about it, there's a rare pass over the basket to the opposite corner.
Yeah. Now Toussaint at the free throw line. Not there. Cash got it for UTA. Both sides now gassed.
62-52.
Still nearly 8 minutes to play. Vining going to drive inside. Wanted to leave it for Wilson, but slapped away by the Red Raiders. 3 on 2. Toussaint powers it up, and he's fouled. Aaron Cash will be whistled for that foul. 7:36 left to go here in Lubbock. Red Raiders have pushed the lead back up to 10. Raiders trying to win their 9th game of the year. Chris, here's the guy you highlighted at the start, Pop Isaacs for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, just some toughness baskets right there. He's got great footwork coming out of his cuts with some of those three-point looks right there with a strong finish with a left hand, a nifty one right there. Wanted the foul, didn't get it. Right there, he sees the lane, penetrates, and finishes up and under. And it's what he has done, you know, outside of scoring, though, with some steals and helping facilitate right there. But Joe Toussaint right there with the 15 points. He's drawn 5 fouls in this game as Joe Toussaint. Chance McMillan with some three-point makes right there in the Pop Isaacs show with 13 points as well. So your 3 guards playing some good basketball. And you mentioned that a while ago. Kerwin Walton has not provided that today, but that's something that you know, you wondered if it would cool off or matter of time maybe, but it's Chance McMillan and the 2 starters from the guard standpoint have certainly picked up the slack.
Toussaint now is 16. There are 4 Red Raiders in double figures. Darion Williams, the other, who is closing in on another double-double with 10 points and 8 rebounds.
Walton, the only player that's played in this game for Texas Tech that has not tallied. And again, the scouting report pretty clear. Don't give him any looks at all. He just hadn't had a lot of extra room at all when he catches it.
Here's Dejuan Gordon back into the ballgame for UTA. Have not seen him for a while. That ball out of bounds underneath the UTA basket. Still will belong to them. Russell will trigger it inbound to Dejuan Gordon. It was Kerwin Walton trying to defend, and Gordon scores. Gordon had 5 in the first half, 7 points now, and the lead back to 10. Red Raiders spread it out. Toussaint gets around the corner. Might have been goaltending, but not called. Wilson slapped it down, Vining all the way, laid it up, not good, but Walton maybe whistled for the foul.
Yeah, boy, that we'll get a look right here at that goaltend or possibility. It's close. They're really close.
Thought that ball might have hit the backboard first.
And here's a better view. Yeah, maybe a clean block. And you've got to finish that.
Wilson had a double-double for UTA last time out against Air Force. Not against Air Force, rather against New Mexico when he scored 29 points, but he's got 4 double-doubles this year and 9 in his career.
John, you mentioned that UTA's in this weird dynamic. They've already played a couple of conference games.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon. Almost one on the road in that one. I think that's coming for the Big 12 Conference next year as well, when the conference schedule expands from 18 to 20 games. You'll be playing conference games before the new year. That's going to be the regular occurrence, I think, which is pretty fascinating. And it cuts down on your non-conference schedule as well.
Yeah. Eight-point Red Raider lead. Here's Chance McMillan. Now 5 to shoot. Pop Isaacs threw it away. Wanted to get it to Demarion Williams. Up ahead now. And that is good. That's Dwayne Caroma for UTA.
8-point game. 6-point game.
Red Raiders just absolutely cannot put them away. 16 turnovers by Texas Tech.
Well, and John, this is where KT Turner's team has got to see their confidence start to grow. Feeling good about where they're at in this game right there, except for you got to guard Warren Washington underneath. Darion Williams does a great job facilitating out of the post. But all you can ask for if you're the Mavericks is to be within striking distance down the stretch.
8 now for the Red Raider big man with 8 rebounds and an 8-point lead. Washington couldn't pull down the board, but he slaps that shot out of bounds from Shemar Wilson. There's that turnover by the Red Raiders. Pass ahead from Vining, I believe, and then laid in good.
A nifty finish. Here's the block shot right there.
Long arms of Warren Washington. Came into the ball game with 12 blocks on the year. Wilson couldn't get the handle of the ball. Red Raiders have a 3-on-1 advantage, and Pop Isaac's shot blocked by Vining. 3-on-1, and Akili Vining makes the play.
Boy, you'd like to see if he gives this ball up that much quicker, makes the defender commit. I think he gets it back and he makes the layup. He just kept it and tried to finish it himself. He's got teammates on either side of him. Darion Williams going to work in the post. But I think if he initially gives the ball up, I think Chance McMillan running down the right side of the court, if he gives it up initially, that defender's got to commit. Pop Isaacs may have just finished with no problem right there at the other end. He probably would have gotten it back.
Yeah, just took the ball too deep and allowed the defender all of a sudden to be able to reach out and guard 3 people. Took it away from Pop. Now Damarian Williams at the line.
Yeah, that's your goal on a fast break, man. You've got to make that defender commit as quickly as possible. The longer they can stay in it and guard multiple options, the better off they are.
Damarian off the mark on his first attempt, is 2 for 3 at the line. Got the second now, 11 points for the Red Raiders. Sophomore from Sacramento, California. Counting down towards 5 minutes, the Red Raiders by 9. Russell turned the corner and lays it in.
He's got 12 second half points in this game. You know, just 3 of 15 from the field, but those 8 of 9 free throw makes certainly have helped out his team. And 7-point lead for Texas Tech.
Red Raiders have a mismatch inside with Warren Washington, but the shot from the corner by Damarian Williams could not have come at a bigger time. He's got 14 in the ball game. Tech by 10.
And he's got 8 rebounds and 6 assists to go with it, John.
Could wind up with a triple-double the way this game has gone. Philip Russell hammered by Toussaint as he leaned into the Red Raider guard. Foul on Toussaint, and Russell on the deck. They banged heads.
They hit heads. Yeah, there's nothing malicious there, but they do. They hit each other in the head right there.
Not sure that a whistle should have blown on that. That's just accidental contact.
Yeah, I think, that's why he's reacting the way he is, but you're right. I'm not sure if there's a foul. And Russell did a good job of selling it.
The WAC Player of the Week has some acting abilities as well. But he'll be at the line, able to pull the Mavericks within 8 if he can get them both. And he cannot. Chance McMillan pulls down the missed free throw. Toussaint's got an opening inside, got shoved in the back by Karoma, still inside. Dribbles underneath the basket. Going to run some time off that shot clock, which is now at 7. Running jumper, and Toussaint got it.
Just like you draw it up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, dribble it around for 29 seconds, pull up with a floater, buried it.
Vining lost his footing, and the Red Raiders lost the takeaway out of bounds. Under 4 minutes to go. Tech by 12 at 72-60, but this one a long way from being over. Hey, the annual NBA on Christmas Day tradition continues with 5 star-studded games on ESPN and ABC. Bucks Knicks start the day at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Then it's the Warriors Nuggets, Celtics Lakers, Sixers Heat, and Mavs Suns to cap the night every year, some of the association's best matchups. And KT Turner, coach of the UTA Mavericks, says that's his Christmas tradition, watching all those NBA ball games. And he'll like this too, Vining knocking him down.
Yeah, averages just under 7 points a game coming into this one. A couple of boards on average to go with it, and he's got 14, 4 of 6 from deep, 2 of 2 the free throw line, and also done some work on the glass with his rebounds as well.
Yeah, and got help from Philip Russell, held to only a bucket in that first half.
And Russell with 14 points, 12 of those here in the second half. You know, Chance McMillan did that for Texas Tech versus Vanderbilt on Saturday. Did not score at all in the first half. Comes back with 14 points in the second half. But an interesting game so far. Yeah, how about old Coach Turner? He's like, man, that's all I want. Leave me alone. Let me watch some NBA on Christmas Day and get a chance to decompress. He is a basketball junkie.
Yeah.
You know, just spends a lot of time around the sport. Dad was a coach, just been around it all of his life. It's all he wants to do.
Says it really dawned on him at the age of 14 that that's what he loved. Cade Douglas, long three, not there. Over the back, though, I think, on Karoma. Or not.
I think they're maybe going to say on Warren Washington.
All right. And that'll put Shemar Wilson at the free throw line.
Warren Washington's first foul.
In and out for UTA's big man. 8 points, 9 rebounds for him in this game. Here's Toussaint, defended by Cade Douglas. Darian Williams inside to Warren Washington. Here's Pop Isaacs alone outside the three-point line. And Pop gets a big one. 16 for Pop Isaacs.
Well, it's all set up with the paint touches right there. You know, that little high-low, and you feed it out of the post, kick it out, and Pop Isaacs wide open. And those typically where the most of the threes get made in games is when you penetrate and kick. Warren Washington on the ground. Boy, we've seen way too many people laying on the ground in this one. Everybody's trying to get out of here for the holidays, and you have to keep helping people up. Officials keep coming over to talk to us, and
Looks like people in line at the ticket counter at the airport.
That's right.
The way
as long as you didn't leave your young son at home.
Red Raiders aren't going to let Douglas take that one in the corner. He'll have to come back up top to Vining.
Yeah, there's nobody named Kevin in here, so I don't think anybody forgot.
Spin move by Wilson over Washington, and it doesn't go. Under 3 minutes now, and the Red Raiders by 15. Toussaint across the timeline. Gets around Douglas inside, got him on his hip, but the shot blocked by Wilson.
Yeah, great help side defense right there as you come across the lane with the block, but they keep trying to get Joe Toussaint downhill, that left hand.
But Shemar Wilson's long arms able to swat that one away. Came into this ball game with 47 career block shots. Here's pop to DeMarion. Going to try to back down Cash. Jump hook, too strong. Vining rebound.
And he's waiting for the double team to show up. It doesn't, so he decides to initiate some offense with the hook shot.
Vining threw it out of bounds. Russell over here on the right side. And Vining tried the no-look pass and threw it to fans in the front row.
They were open. Yeah. It's a season of giving, right?
He tried to double team Pop, but he got it across the line. Here's Toussaint. Joe in no hurry to get rid of the basketball. On his pass tipped away and stolen. Russell ahead to Vining. He's got Wilson there to block. Missed the dunk. Wilson runs it down. Back to Akili Vining. Going to try it a second time, this time off the glass, and it goes. 75-62. Here's Chance McMillan, his shot blocked. And Wilson can't run it down. He gets hung up on the seats on the front row.
Dangerous down there in the front row today.
Suddenly you got a player sitting in your lap.
That's right.
Here's the block. Here's the hustle by Shemar. He's just hanging there. Hey, look.
Getting to know each other rather well.
Here's what's coming up for UTA. They've got North Texas on Saturday before their getaway for Christmas. Then they are on the road at Texas and at Tarleton. The Tarleton State, SFA, and Utah Valley games are all conference games for this team that is 1-1 already.
That is a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year on the road for UTA. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
And they've already played 5 teams in the NCAAs or that were in the NIT last year. There's the Red Raiders schedule.
Sam Houston is next Thursday, followed by North Alabama on New Year's Day. And then Big 12 play gets going.
And those 2 home games in the conference are certainly massive. You have 4 of your next 5 on, on this floor. But the next game that's not on that graphic at Houston.
And Houston, one of those remaining unbeatens in college basketball. They are playing later today. But the Big 12 starting this week with 6 teams in the top 20. Oklahoma was beaten last night. They fall from the ranks of the unbeaten, but the Cougars are still perfect at 11-0. The Red Raiders are going to inbound from a tough spot over in the corner, but do get it to Pop Isaacs. Now Toussaint with 1:35 remaining and a 13-point advantage. It has been a battle. Joe thought about a 3, got a couple of guys in the air, and then fired it up there, but no whistle. Long pass to Russell, lays it in. Pop Isaacs couldn't stop him. Russell scores again. He's got 16. 75-64. Marion Williams can't get the ball inbounded. And a foul away from him attempting to inbound the ball. Russell may have been hanging on. He certainly got his arms wrapped around Pop Isaac. That'll get a whistle and send Pop to the free throw line with 16 points.
If he wasn't grabbing his jersey, he was thinking hard about it. And I think kind of doing it there, but free throw in.
Pop in the top 20 for Big 12 free throw shooting.
And he will have to continue to be a scorer and a playmaker for this Texas Tech team. The calendar turns to 2024.
18 now for Pop. Joe Toussaint's got 19. Those are the two guys KT Turner was worried most about coming into the ball game, and they have done everything he expected.
You like Coach Turner's team. They played a really tough non-conference schedule. Well, you like where they are headed. They are not intimidated. Lots of options to score, and the addition of Philip Russell has remade his team.
They put a scare into the Red Raiders when they made a big run here in the second half. Pop Isaac's long-range shot off the mark. Douglas rebounded it. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Russell straight on, got it. 11-point Tech advantage. Marion Williams trying to get the ball inbounds, does to Pop Isaacs, and UTA may back off. Well, no, they're not. Pop's going to have to dribble away from a double team. Not interested in shooting the basketball, but just trying to get away. Red Raiders are going to win it, go to 9-2 on the year, on a day when Joe Toussaint and Pop Isaacs lead the way with 19 and 18 points, Chris.
Yeah, you had 4 in double figures. I think Grant McCaslin's big takeaway was we've got to be better with the turnovers. They had been so good coming into this one, just averaging about 11 a game, and you end up with 17 in this one, 10 in the first half, but it equals a win. Avoided the distractions. Merry Christmas, everybody, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Red Raiders have won 28 consecutive non-Big 12 games here at home. For Chris Level, I'm John Harris saying so long from the United Supermarkets Arena. Again, 77-66. Red Raiders win it 9-2 on the year. All games airing on the ESPN networks or streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Happy holidays, everybody.